At first glance, I have to admit this new in-your-face, fuel-injected 1,157cc inline 4 from the folks at BMW took me totally by surprise. I mean, check out its blacked-out frame and engine, single-shock dual-lever front end, and general overall, ready-to-pounce, bare-knuckle styling. At the heart of this fighter is a 4-cylinder, fuel-injected high-compression power plant that BMW claims produces in the neighborhood of 163 horsepower, making it possibly the most powerful roadster in the world. As I mentioned, the K1200R comes with a new dual-lever front suspension system, while out back you'll find BMW's single-sided paralever setup. Speaking of suspension, during our test we sampled the R's optional new ESA system. With the touch of a button, we were able to electronically adjust our suspension settings from sport to touring, 1 up to 2 up, or with or without luggage. It was all pretty cool. Our test bike also came with BMW's latest semi-linked ABS system. So how did it all work? Well, recently we invited Ellen Foster, a naked bike enthusiast from Kingston, Ontario, to sample the R, and here's what she had to say after a day of rumbling out on the road.
It rocks. It really does. Lots of power, 163 horsepower, lots of torque. As we finished up to the day, you waved us on by, and I gave a little good flick of the wrist to see what she had kind of thing, and she just pulled away. Very smooth, stable. I love it. Claim weight, a little over 500 pounds. You'd never know it. I'm only 5'6" type thing, easily handling in that. The low center of gravity, you say it's long in that, but no problems turning it around on the U-turns. Very nimble as far as handling in that. 31-inch inseam. Apparently it comes with a 32-inch seat height and also a 31. It's got to be a 31 lower seat on this particular model that I'm test riding today. But I was flat-footed, knees slightly bent even. It's very comfortable, no hesitation in it. Just a joy to ride.
Well, let's talk about the ride for a moment there. This motor, 1,150 cc's roughly, fuel injected, inline 4. What did you think of the motor?
Lots of power, no hesitation. I don't even think I got into top gear at all. You know, I was just pulling away into 3rd and 4th type thing. It's just lots of torque and that, yeah.
Greasy smooth though, right?
Oh yes, the gear changes in that, smooth and that, just up and down. The clutch was smooth, not overly, hard to pull in for my being a woman's hand type thing. Even the brakes and everything, not a far reach for the hand either. It's nicely positioned. Instrument panel. I love the old style analog dials. When you're looking down, you can see what your RPMs are, and it's right up top there, so you can get it without really veering too much, taking your eyes off the road. And that speedometer is nice and clear. No vibrations in the mirrors either, and that just a slight turn to your head left or right, good positioning. Gotta love it.
You mentioned stopping. You've got the servo-activated brakes, ABS brakes. How did you find it stopping?
You could probably do a good stop if you're doing it at a good clip, and that responds well. Riding position, your feet are tucked in just nicely in behind you a little bit, just to give you enough, you're not in a totally upright position, just enough lean forward. Seat is actually very soft, and I like that. And the fact that it's comes in narrow at the front.
Yeah.
For a woman, I love that. We are built different, guys. Our hips are different, and it makes it a difference in the world. And that, to me anyways, when I get a nice narrow front seat, and it makes it so much more comfortable. Tuck your knees in around the contour of the tank the way it goes and that. And when you want a corner, just lean in, tuck your knees in, and let her ride.
And this little piece of plastic actually works.
It does.
I didn't have any buffeting.
The wind buffeting was not a factor. Rock solid as far as that goes.
The one thing about this bike that I got comments on continuously when I was riding it last week was the styling of it. It's got a real aggressive street fighter look. Either you love it or you hate it.
I love it. Right down to when you look at the front, it's very unique headlights and that. It would be neat to see it at night type. You know, it just looks like get out of your way. I'm coming through. Move out. You know, gangway. Here I am, kind of thing. And the kind of angular thing of the tank and everything with the blacked out different thing highlighted with the yellow. It looks so sharp. And as you look down through the bike and that, I see that it's shaft driven. Low maintenance and that type thing. They're going after the Roadster kind of marquee type thing, and it is very much that, a Roadster. Lots of power, yeah.
BMW were really nice to give us the luggage system. This is an option, but easy to take off, one single switch and one sort of mounting point, and on and off they go.
Yeah.
What did you think of this?
Yes, once you kind of figured out the expansion on the luggage, so you can have it small for a day trip, but then it expands, it apparently is waterproof.
It's a neat system.
It is, and the fact that you can pop it off, carry it into your hotel room, your bed and breakfast, it's even better.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to go, is pop off luggage like that. Very smart move, and I think it goes well with the bike. It doesn't distract from it, in my opinion, and yeah.
Anything let you down?
I was looking for something that was wrong with it, in that I was playing with it when we were following you, just back and forth, trying to get a feel how nimble it was. It turned on a dime, even like I said, despite the long wheelbase. Did our U-turns, no problem in that. And just trying to throw the bike as if you were doing an emergency avoidance or anything, it responded so well, so light. Obviously, lowering the center of gravity that they have done is astronomical.
Yeah, they really laid down the motor.
That becomes important for a woman rider. We don't, unfortunately, have the same strength as a guy, and that, not to say that we can't ride just as well or as fast, but with the low center of gravity, I never felt that this bike was too heavy whatsoever. I could be very happy having this home in my garage, for sure. And like I said, with the horsepower that it provides, tour all day on it, I think, and with the luggage, you're set. Yeah, no complaints.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I
You're
did.
still smiling.
I did.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you, Dave. Thank you very much.
At first glance,